tayo po ay nagbabalik dito sa Usapang Bayan. Kasama pa rin natin si Mr. Brian Ku, ang country head ng Grab Philippines. Brian, yung pinag-uusapan natin ng mga regulatory impact on your operations, no? Of course, alam natin na kailangan na magkaroon tayo ng prangkisa, hindi lang kayo as the master franchise holder, pati yung mga individual yung partners nyo, no, ng mga drivers. Ano, pakipaliwanag nga ho yung latest issue naman na hinaharap nyo ngayon na nabasa ko lang sa dyaryo last week, no, na kayo ho ay pine-penalize ng kung ilang milyon dahil kasi nga raw illegal ho raw yung sinisingil yung 2 pesos per minute rate, no, on top of the rate charges. Paano ba yun?
Nagsimula po yan sometime last year in June. Na kung saan binago po namin ang aming fare matrix kung paano kami nag-charge. Hindi nagbago ang pagpresenta po namin ng final price, yung pag-compute lang ng final fare na yun. At syempre, alam naman natin sa Metro Manila, maaari pareho ang distansya, pero
traffic.
Pwedeng 1 oras yung ganong klaseng distansya, pwede rin 10 minuto. Malaking factor po yung time, kaya po namin pinasok yun. Prinesenta po namin yun sa board, LTFRB board, last June 2017 in one of the technical working groups. It was an official meeting, so official po namin ng pag-present. At during that time, we were operating under the Department Order 2015-011. Yan po yung original department order na kung saan nabuhay ang denomination ng TNVS. Under the department order, nakasulat po doon na TNC was free to set its own fares with the oversight of the LTFRB. Not the approval, just the oversight.
So, ipapaalam nyo lang sa kanila?
Papaalam lang po namin. So on that basis po, binago po namin ang aming fare structure. Now, fast forward to April this year, ginawang issue yun after it was raised by a congressman. And the LTFRB reviewed it. Unfortunately, a week later, they asked us to suspend it to the detriment of our driver partners and passengers. So, kawawa pong pasahero, kawawa ang ating mga drivers. And last week, they made the decision that it's deemed illegal, even though the department order says allowed us to do it. And they imposed nga yung fine and the rebate.
Pero hindi ho ba naman na yung ginawa nyong yan, ginagawa rin ng mga taxi, hindi ba? Parang may ano yun may wait pagka
ang taxi may wait
yung
time.
metro pagka tumatakbo ang oras.
Yes.
Kahit na walang distance na trinavel, pumapatak pa rin yung metro. So ano ho ang pinagkaibahan nun?
In fact, in November 2017, binago nila ang pricing structure ng taxis in line to something very similar to our pricing structure na kung saan may per kilometer at per minute at may flag down.
Oo nga.
So, wala nga siyang pinagkaiba. Ang pinupunto nila, hindi raw nila in-approve. Ang pinupunto po namin ay hindi naman required ang approval nila based on the original department order.
So nasaan ho na ngayon ang kaso? Nasa korte na ho ba o paano ho ba?
Apilahan po namin dahil
sa kanila pa lang?
Sa LTFRB. So, administrative remedies muna ang aming hahanapin. And then after that, if we need to bring it up to more legal remedies, yan po gagawin namin.
Well, ang pamagat ng ating episode ngayon ay The Future of Ride-Sharing. Ano ho ba ang masasabi niyo dyan? Ano ho ba ang tingin niyo dyan? Alam ko na karamihan ng mga tao ngayon ay hindi na ho sila gumagamit ng sarili nilang sasakyan.
Yeah.
Unang-una ho, napakahirap mag-drive sa traffic.
Yes.
Pangalawa, hirap rin sa parking.
Yes.
So, ano ho ba ang nakikita niyo sa ating kinabukasan sa ride-sharing?
Ang ride-sharing is here to stay. Katulad po ng sabi nyo, marami nang tumatangkilik. Naging legitimate option na po siya. Pero hindi lang yon. Marami rin mga partners na nag-quit ng kanilang dating trabaho at naging driving partner sa isang TNC. At ginawa nila yon dahil nakita nilang benepisyo sa pagbiyahe on a TNC rather than working a 9-to-5 job na kung saan mas kulong.
At saka mas maliit ang kita. Magkano ba ang kinikita ng average Grab driver?
So, ang target po namin for a driver who drives around 12 hours a day,
Parang taxi rin siya, 12 hours a
Ang
day.
taxi po, 20 hours yun. Dahil
20 hours?
salitan yun eh.
I see.
Drive today, rest tomorrow, drive today,
I
rest
see.
tomorrow. So 20 hours yun. So, hindi hindi natin pwede kasi tanggalin ang sa equation yun presyo ng sasakyan eh. Na-fixed yan. Whether na mag-drive ka 1 hour or 12 hours.
So,
babayaran
kailangan
mo pa rin sa
i-maximize.
sasakyan. Kailangan nyo po i-maximize. For a 12-hour driver, ang gross fares na ideal sa kanya ay nasa mga 3,800 pesos. Sa 3,800, malinis na kita after gas, grab commission, and the amortization of the vehicle ay nasa 900 to 1,000 pesos
A day.
a day. And he can do that for 26 days, 22 days. He'll get around 22,000. Adding pa the incentives of Grab, an extra maybe 3 to 4,000 po.
Pero kasama na ho ba doon yung sa costing nyo, yung amortization na binabayad nyo doon
And
sa...
maintenance. Amortization and maintenance.
and
Yes.
fuel.
Yes.
tanggal na lang.
So amortization, maintenance, and fuel comes out to around 2,200 a day.
So ang matitira talaga sa kanyang neto ay mga 1,000 tapos may another 30% incentive sa inyo, so mga another 300 pesos a day or something. Sabi nyo 3,000
month. 3,000 a month. So an
a
extra maybe 1 to 200.
a day.
Yeah,
I
a
see,
day.
I see. So ang experience nyo naman ho dito sa ganito ay nasusustain naman nila. Ibig sabihin hindi naman sila umaayaw na, ay naku, after 1 month, ayoko na, pagod na ako or something like that.
Hindi natin maiwasan yung umaayaw, especially sa ngayong panahon na nawala yung 2 pesos. Traffic, matagal ang time nila sa daan, mas nakakapagod. Lumiit ang fares dahil nawala yung 2 pesos. May mga umaangal at nakikita natin yung may umaalis ng system. Kaya ang hiling po namin sa LTFRB ay mag-set na ng kanilang fare structure para sa TNVS since nasa kanila na ang power to do so. Yan rin po hiling ng ating mga TNVS partners, no? Para magkaroon ng standardized fare structure that the TNCs can work within.
Ito ho bang operators or drivers ng mga Grab units, sila ho ba mandando sa inyo na ma-insure sila? Naka-insure sila, comprehensive and so on?
Yes. So, meron yun silang PAMI insurance. Grab even nagbigay ng sarili naming insurance sa kanila. Covered ang pasahero, covered ang driver. So, TPL and comprehensive rin is also required.
So kung maka-aksidente sila o ma-aksidente sila, pati ang pasahero nila, ay
Covered
walang
po.
kailangan pangambahan sa
Yes.
panggastos sa hospitalisasyon at paggamot and things like that.
Yes, sir.
I see. So yung issue naman po ng safety ng mga sasakyan, kayo ho ba may limitations na 5 taon na yung sasakyan mo, hindi na pwede yan? Meron ba ho kayong regulasyon na gano'n?
Yes, ang regulation po doon ay ang sasakyan na bagong pasok sa Grab ay hindi pwedeng more than 3 years old. At once on Grab, ang maximum ay 7 years.
I see. So mas mukha siyang stricto kaysa doon sa government policies.
Yes, kasi ang taxi yata umabot ng 12, 13 years.
Yes, something like that. And paano naman ho yung requirements in as far as maintenance is concerned para sisiguraduhin natin na yung brakes ay kumakagat. Dahil kasi karamihan na nakikita natin yung mga na-aksidente sa kalye, hindi kumagat yung brake ko o ganito, ganyan. Paano ho niya ba mini-insure yan?
So ang maintenance ay responsibility of the operator. So the operator needs to check and maintain. Kaya nandoon rin po ang ating feedback loop after the booking. Pwede po i-report ng passenger kung hindi lang about aesthetics, no? Kung mabango ba yung kotse, maganda ba yung tsura, or kung medyo reckless yung driver, pwede niya i-report. Kung may naramdaman siya medyo
Wala ho ba kayong
ingay,
requirement na accredited service facilities na yung parang hindi lang kung saan-saan pinagagawang talyer or something like that?
We do work with accredited service facilities. Unfortunately, hindi po kami ang may-ari na sasakyan. So mahirap po diktahan ng operators.
No, but you can say that it's part of the requirements that they submit NBI clearance, they should submit the certifications also.
At the start, pero pag umakyat po yung cost nila, baka umayaw rin sila sa platform.
So it's a balancing act.
We need to balance it out.
So pwede naman kung reasonable yung cost.
Yes. If the prices go up for TNCs, as our fair petition, we're asking for an increase.
No, but maybe you can talk to some of these service centers or something
We
like
do.
that, so that you can already have an agreed fixed rates
We
for
do.
certain vehicles, certain intervals, and things like that?
Meron po kami nun sa, for example, with Toyota,
I see.
mas mura po ang kanilang monthly servicing.
I see.
Dahil po, nag-engage kami with them in a partnership.
So what can we talk about the future? Ano ho ba ang gusto natin makita sa ating gobyerno na nabanggit nyo nga na yung fare structure, iayos na. Ano pa ho yung mga ibang gusto nyo makita?
Well, naniniwala pa rin kami sa kinabukasan ng ride-hailing dito sa bansa. Naniniwala kami na marami kaming kayang buhayin and more job opportunities can be created. And transportation has always been a problem for Filipinos.
Wala kasi tayong mass transport.
Wala tayong mass transit. It's trying to get to work, going home from work, causes, if not the most stress, probably up there.
Hindi ka pa nga nakaabot ng opisina, pagod ka na.
Pagod ka na, stress ka na, inis ka na, di ba? You don't want to start your day that way. Nandito po kami as a technology transport company para po solusyonan, bigyan ng solution yan.
At an affordable price.
At an affordable, of course. Kasi if we charge too high, mawawala din kami ng
People cannot
pasahero.
afford it also.
Oh, yes. And as a business, you want to find that balance. We want our supply to make enough money and our demand to pay just enough so that they keep using the product.
Well, we have about a minute left. Would you like to give a message to our audience?
So, sa lahat ng gumagamit ng Grab, whether passenger or driver, maraming salamat sa inyong suporta at pagtangkilik sa system ng Grab. I hope you do trust us when we say that we're always constantly improving the platform and expect bigger, greater things from Grab.
So, that's a very good message, Brian, and we'd like to thank you for sharing your experiences and what Grab is all about. And I do hope that all of our audience will realize that not everything is a fault of Grab, no? Because they're also under regulation,
Yes.
so they have to follow rules and regulations. But they'd always like to hear your feedback. So please don't hesitate to do so, no?
Yes.
So yan po ang isang makabuluhang diskusyon kasama ang country head ng Grab Philippines, si Mr. Brian Koo. Maaari niyo po kaming i-like at i-follow sa aming Facebook page, Usapang Bayan. Ako po si George Chua at samahan niyo po kami sa mga susunod pa nating episodes dito sa Usapang Bayan.